Good evening, my 11th standard warriors. Welcome to the Kinematics 1D session where we are going to clear your backlogs in this one short revision session with me, Shreyas, your physics master teacher at Vedantu, going live. Hello, Kritika, Srivarshini, Deals, Ishpreet, Kritika, Tanmay, Saja, Kalyani, Rajni, Roshni, Hemant. Welcome. So you are not able to attend the classes, live classes because of the school homework, no problem, but now you are here. Try to manage your time. You know, the best thing that I always tell my students, always try to do the homework when you are very lazy, when you are very bored, and when your mind is very passive or less active. So that's when you can do all the donkey work, and when you are fresh, when you are full of enthusiasm, and when you want to do something, that's when you should probably do all the thinking work, the conceptual work, problem solving, and all the JEE studies. Hi Ankit, hi Minecraft, hi Zayed, hi Saja, welcome Vasudharni, hello Ishpreet Mangat, I'm very good. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. And for those of you who are very new, I am Shreyas. I am leading the physics department of JEE division at Vedantu, and I have been training kids, coaching kids for a very long time. I left my software job long time back, and I used to train big kids then, and now I am training you guys. I want you guys to actually crack the JEE examination just like my students in the past few years who have been consistently outperforming and not just getting into IITs, BITS, NITs and other top institutes, but also getting top all India ranks. That's right, many of my students have, I'm really proud to say that actually, that they have got 2-digit all India ranks, and that's a big achievement for these students, and I'm really proud that I have mentored these students. So if you want to know more about me, you can definitely check out and stalk my Instagram handle, that's out there. And this is a schedule for this week. So we had a lot of JEE mains discussions during this week. I had a revision session for the 12th standard yesterday, and today it's for you guys, that's 2023 11th standard students. Morning, I'm going to catch you guys in case you're a NEET aspirant, that too writing the examination this year, or maybe you're in 12th standard and you want to revise the entire formulas. So that's Saturday on Biotonic channel, and tomorrow evening again a backlog clearing session for the 12th standard. More sessions coming up very soon for you guys next week. All right, cool, let's get moving. Hello Crack with Gokulnath, nice to see you after a long time. Hello Hari Hari, hi Molesh, hi Harshil, good evening. Hi Rachel, hello Siva Ganesh, hi Ria, nice to see you all. Hi Manjunatha Reddy, welcome aboard. Good evening Meenakshi. So for JEE mains we Enthuse is enough? Well, the lectures wise maybe, but if you need that personalized coaching, and if you want the test series and the Tattva module, and you want assignments, then you need something more. But if you already have some coaching, and if you're happy with it, and you just want a second input, and you want a second reference as to what are there in the problems and concepts and these topics, then yes, VJE Enthuse will be enough. But if you're not happy with your coaching and you think that maybe I can do something better, maybe Vedantu can actually get me, boost my percentile just like these students out here, be it board examinations, be it ICSE examinations, be it CBSE examination, this complete screen, West Bengal results, all right, the screen is completely full of results. I mean, it's not just in one category. I mean, there are myriad categories out here, and every category that you see, you'll always see some Vedantu student has outperformed the students from as compared to other boards or other coaching institutes. Not just boards, it's also the JEE mains, students scoring 100 percentiles, 4 out of 5 Vedantu students already qualified for JEE Advanced. These are the numbers. Numbers don't lie, they speak for themselves. That guys, we have been doing, we have been training, we have been coaching kids in the right direction, and it gives me immense joy and pleasure to talk about these results. And if you are really interested, that you want that additional input, you're not happy with your coaching, you feel that I should try out Vedantu for 1 month, yes, please do so. There are 3 packages available. Most students go for the classic version where you get the doubt solving ability, but if you don't want that, you can go for the light, and if you want personal mentorship, you can go for the plus version. The monthly price is hardly 2,700 rupees, and do not forget to use my coupon code which is SHHPRO to get that 10% off. All right, so check that out. The link is there in the description box below. Okay, yeah, that's the power of Vedantu, and I'm pretty sure guys, you guys are going to make me proud after 2 years if you're in 11th standard. Okay, hello, welcome aboard. So how can, sir, I'm in college from morning 8 to 5 o'clock. How can we see Vedantu Pro subscription lectures if I take subscription? So GTA Rani, there are flexible schedules available. So per day, we don't have more than 4 hours of classes. So 2 hours, 2 classes maximum. Some days there can be 1 class also. So you will easily find time. So even if you have from morning till evening, I would say not all those hours will be utilized in the school. Some days you might be bunking, some days you might have some PT or labs, some days might be off, some days might be some event in the school or college. So try to distance yourself from all these school or extracurricular activities for these 2 years. You will definitely find time, and the remaining morning time that you get and the evening time that you can definitely use for self-studies and the pro subscription. Not just that, you can also watch our live classes in the recorded form in case you miss any class. Just let's say, it happens for some reason. So that's what you can do. Yes, the classes are also recorded. Yep, JT Rani, the classes are recorded. Oh, King, welcome to the Droppers batch and welcome to Vedantu family, King. Yes, so King has joined Vedantu Pro subscription. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So, Molesh, there is nothing like which is best, MBBS or engineering. Bacha, there are so many other things. MBBS, engineering, science, commerce, arts, everything is good, provided you are passionate about it, you want to do it, you have the talent, you know you want to do it. So, go ahead with whatever you like. Don't see what others are doing, MBBS or engineering. There is nothing like which is better. Everything is good. In engineering also, mechanical is better or computer science is better. All are good. It just depends on you. Remember that. Okay. So let's get going. Welcome all the Vedants and enthusiasts and my warriors. So a quick revision of the formulas, concepts, problems. Concepts, formulas, problems. That's the flow of the class. Entire 1D motion will be covered today in the 1D one shot lecture. Now, do you also guys want a lecture of one shot problem solving on basic maths, like probably some algebraic and geometric concepts plus derivatives and integration? If you want so, please let me know by putting up a fire symbol in the chat box. I will definitely think about it then. I should see a lot of fire in the chat box, then I will think about it, and probably I'll conduct a lecture next week then. Yeah, thank you Ishpreet, thank you Aditya. Yeah, you guys want it? Fine, let's do that then. Okay, looks like it's burning. Okay, the chat box is on fire. आग लगा डाला, मचा डाला, तो लगता है मेरे को अभी करना पड़ेगा. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to douse this fire next week, guys. Yeah, I'm going to carry my fire extinguisher, and that's going to be next week. One shot. All right, cool. So distance, everybody knows, is the path taken by a particle. Displacement is the shortest line joining the initial and the final position. This is your initial position and this is your final position. All right, so this is your final position. So that's the shortest path, and it is also represented by final position minus initial position, which can be also written down as delta x. This delta stands for the change. Remember that delta is nothing but change. So the moment I write delta, it means change. If I say delta donkeys, it means the change in the number of donkeys. That's how it is. That's the symbol. Hello Kavita, welcome aboard. Okay, so let's do some questions based on distance and displacement. And before that, let me also talk about velocity and acceleration, because there are some questions coming up on that as well. Now, remember, average velocity is nothing but displacement by time, whereas average speed is distance by time. So whenever I say average velocity, it always means the total displacement divided by the total time. This is a vector quantity, but scalar quantity is average speed. So average speed is distance divided by time. What do you guys think? Is average velocity and average speed always going to be the same, or do you think it can be different? What do you guys say? Let me know in the chat box. whether they are always the same or they could be different. What do you guys say? Let me know in the chat box. Meenakshi says no. AK, welcome aboard, man. Yes, Meenakshi says different. Hi, good evening, B Gagan. Yes, they could be different because distance and displacement may not be equal. It could be different because if you go around like this, distance is more but displacement is less. All right, so that's how it works. Now, when you make this time very, very small, when you squeeze this time, the distance also gets squeezed. Then instead of average, what will you get? You will get instantaneous speed. So instantaneous speed is the small distance dx by that small time dt. Dt is the very, very tiny mini interval of time, very close to zero but not zero. And instantaneous velocity will be dx bar by dt. That bar stands for that vector because velocity is always a vector. That's it. This has direction, this does not have direction. That's the only difference, but otherwise the definition looks very, very similar. Okay, so what is dx bar? It's the very small displacement which happens in a small time interval. So if you squeeze that time, the displacement that you will undergo will also be very teeny weeny, and that's what it is. Okay, so you can see that over here. Usually the symbol for average is that triangular brackets. So if I want to tell you average force, all right, the symbol for that is F and these triangular brackets. So that's the symbolic way of writing average. If I say average momentum, you put these triangular brackets. It means average momentum. Okay, so that's what velocity is. It is in meters per second. It tells you how quickly you are moving. Average is going to give you the total average value, more or less. You might have more speed, you might have less speed. It tells you the on an average speed with which you moved, because it will take into account the entire history of all your velocities, when you are fast, when you are slow, and it gives you the average value. Instantaneous gives you at that instant what's your velocity, and that velocity may keep changing. The reading which is seen on your speedometer in your car or in your bike is always the instantaneous value. Okay, it gives you the speed at that instant. But if you measure the total distance and you measure the time using your watch and divide them, you are going to get your average velocities. All right, let's get moving to acceleration now. Now acceleration is how quickly your velocity changes. So average acceleration is total change in velocity upon total time. This is average. Look at these triangular brackets. This is average acceleration. But instantaneous, like you can guess, will be dv by dt. So you squeeze this time becomes small, so the change in the velocity also becomes small. This is a vector quantity, by the way. Okay, so this is also bold. Maybe you're not able to see it, but yeah, these are all vector quantities. So acceleration is how quickly your velocity changes. If you're moving with constant velocity, then if velocity is constant, then obviously acceleration is zero. But if your speed increases like this, then you are accelerating in this direction. But if your velocity decreases when you're moving here, then you're accelerating in this direction. Keep this in mind. Not just that, you will also see that when your velocity, when velocity and acceleration are in the same direction, you can see velocity and acceleration are in the same direction, the speed, so when the directions are same, the speed increases. What will happen? The speed will increase. But when velocity and acceleration are in the opposite direction, then you will see the speed will reduce. It is decelerating. It is retarding. It means the same thing. I hope this is clear. Yep, Bhumi, don't worry. Advanced classes are coming up. Okay, this week I'll let you know about what we are going to do for the next week. Don't worry, just stay tuned. Yes, Bhumi, I know advanced classes have to come up. Don't worry, it's just going to come up. GTA Rani, it's very difficult, bacha. I don't know. At least in Vedantu, we don't have Telugu specific classes. We just have Hindi and English, okay? But I feel GTA Rani, you should learn in English. at the most in Hindi. Reason being, it will be useful for you in the future. See, if you stay limited to your, I'm not saying you should not study in your regional language, you should definitely, but you should also explore, in more widely accepted languages for your future prospects and future growth. So even if you don't have any plans to go abroad, still trust me, it matters. Be it in any company in India, it's a matter of fact that if you are conversant in Hindi and English both, it definitely ups your value. Knowledge, yes, but you straight away get more respect, you get more avenues which you can explore in whichever industry you are in. That's what it is. Okay, let's get moving. And here is the first question. Looks complicated, but it is not. So out of A, B, C, D, one of them is correct, maybe. And out of P, Q, R, S, maybe one or more than one is correct. D's displacement, wait a minute. If the distance traveled by it is S and displacement is D. Oh my god, has it been made ulta or something? I think the symbols have gone haywire. Okay, I think the symbols have gone haywire. Vasanta, it's not possible for me to take 2 sessions every day. Whenever it is possible, I take, because I have my other classes, at Vedantu. That's how it is. Okay, cool. Chalo, let's get going. Yeah, any student can see my lectures. Okay, I think the answers marked over here are a little bit, okay, 1 second. Now, I think there was a mistake in the question. I'll just correct this. I'll tell you what. This line was not supposed to be there and there were a lot of changes. I'm just going to make these changes right away, right now. Okay, a body is moving along a straight line path with constant velocity. Now, this was not supposed to be there because actually this part came from some other question onto this. So quite a jumbling, a lot of things have jumbled over here. Okay, so just ignore this line for now. At any instant of time, the distance of the time, the distance and the displacement traveled are S and D respectively, then which of the following things are possible? Okay, just ignore this. Ignore this for now. Just ignore this for now. Okay, let's say D stands for distance. Let's say D stands for distance and S stands for displacement. Okay, displacement. Now, let's go one by one. Is it true that distance should be equal to displacement for 1D motion? Yes or no? Forget that PQRS part. Just talk about this. Should distance be equal to displacement in 1D motion, or it can be more, or should it be always less? What it should be? Maybe. So the reason for that is, see, when you are moving in 1D dimension, 1D motion, okay, so you might go here, you might come back, and you might again go over here. So in this case, the distance is more than displacement. You went there, came back and went like this. It's a 1D motion. Sometimes you might just go like this. In that cases, D might be equal to S. So in general, ignore this. In general, what will you see? D is always more than or equal to S. D is always more than or equal to S. Make sense? Everybody clear about this? Everybody clear about this? Understanding this point? Okay. Now, going to this part. Is it possible distance is 0, displacement is 0? Or distance is 0, displacement is not 0? Or distance is not 0, displacement is 0? Both of them are non-zero. Okay, let's take examples. Imagine there is a donkey. What is there? There is a donkey. Okay, this is donkey. Okay. What will a donkey do? It will just stay at rest. Okay. So it will just keep braying and it will stay at rest. This is a donkey. So distance is 0, displacement is 0. Yes, this is possible. Do you see that? You don't move. You stay at rest, obviously. Yeah. Similarly, distance is 0 but displacement is not 0. That means you did not travel but you have displacement. How is that possible? You don't have distance but you have displacement. This is not possible at all. Makes sense? Okay. Similarly, distance is not 0, displacement is 0. This is also possible in 1D motion. A lot of people think about circular motion. No, even in 1D motion this is possible. You start here, go turn back and come back to this point. So in this entire journey, my displacement is 0 because initial and final positions are same. But distance, I have traveled some distance. I hope this is clear. Last statement, distance is not 0, displacement is not 0. This is of course possible, guys, because if you travel from one point to the other point, distance and displacement both are not 0. I hope this is making sense. Clear? Everybody understood this? Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a donkey. Somebody was asking, what is that? That's a donkey, guys. I used to score full marks in drawing. Yeah, full marks. So, especially in biology and all that, whenever we had to draw animals, and every time my teacher used to award me because I used to always invent new species. And teacher told me that you are the great explorer of our times because we have so many animals in our animal kingdom, but every time you come up with a new species. So I was awarded gold medal for inventing new species during my school days. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure you guys understood it. All right, cool. Let's get moving to the next question coming up on your screen. Okay, good evening, guys. Chalo, next question. One of them is correct. In one-dimensional motion, instantaneous speed V satisfies speed, okay, satisfies 0 less than equal to V less than V naught. The question is, only one of them is correct. Think carefully. This is speed relation. Okay, some people clearly don't understand sarcasm. Okay. Constant velocity and uniform velocity, they both mean the same, Saja. If I say velocity is constant, it also means velocity is uniform. It's one and the same thing. Okay, there is no difference. All right. Now, when is distance equal to displacement? When you're traveling in a straight line without turning. That's when distance is equal to displacement. Is that okay? Cool. No, distance is a scalar, so and it cannot be 0 as a result. Who said that, Nandini? Who said scalars can't be 0? Scalars can be 0. Okay, so that's a wrong thing to think that scalars cannot be 0. Mass is a scalar, mass can be 0. Yeah, why not? Charge can be 0, it's a scalar quantity. All right, cool. Current, scalar, it can be 0. Cool. So guys, what you need to do is over here, instantaneous speed is 0 or more than 0 and maximum value is V naught. That means in that 1D motion, either that particle is at rest, and sometimes it is moving with some speed, sometimes the speed could be a little bit less or more, but whatever the speed is less than V naught. Okay, it's less than V naught. But is the direction given? No, it's not given. So maybe the particle was at rest here and instead of moving there, the particle moved like this with varying speed. Whatever speed it moved, okay, that speed was less than V naught. It's clearly mentioned. Now, think about it. What's the maximum distance it can move from the initial position? From the initial position, what's the maximum distance it can move? Remember, the speed's maximum value can be V naught. So hence, at max, it can move V naught speed into time. This much distance, this will be the max distance possible because other times the velocity will be lesser than that. Everybody clear with this? Everybody clear with this? So max distance can be V naught into t. Okay, but that is on that side, the positive side. Similarly, if it goes this way, the max distance that it can travel is again V naught into t, but this is on the negative side. Makes sense? Okay, now is there an option like that? Can you see the displacement can be anywhere between this and this? Yes, this option is correct. This option is correct. Yes, it is option B. Now, if you look at the other options, none of them make sense. The motion has no turning points. Who said turning point means it turned back? Who says it cannot have turning points? Obviously, it can have turning points. Maybe it starts from rest, it goes like this, turns, goes here, turns and goes here, and finally settles here. Every time the speed was less than V naught. Fine, it's possible. There are two turning points. It is possible. This says it has no turning points. That's wrong. And acceleration is always non-negative number. Who says so? Acceleration can be positive. It can be negative. Who says it will be always negative? That's always non-negative. No, it can be negative. It can be non-negative. It depends on how it is accelerating or decelerating. Doesn't make sense. And lastly, the displacement in time must always take non-negative values. No, you just saw the displacement can be positive or negative. So must always. This is also wrong. This is also wrong. This is also wrong. So only option B is correct. My favorite color is blue, Kavita. Okay. Yeah. Chalo. Let's get moving to the next question. B was the correct answer. Next question coming up on your screen. Yes, Chinmay SPSP, you can still join the dropper batch. It has just started. You can watch the last 2 days lecture in the recorded form also. Trust me, it is not much. Rather than joining late and joining a crash course, it's 100 times, 1000 times better to join a long-term batch of dropper, even if you have missed 1-2 classes, and watch it as a replay this Sunday. Okay, please join it now. It's there in the description box, probably this one or the previous video of mine. Just check it out. It's all there. It has just started, and I can assure you that will be the single best decision. If you have decided to, take a drop, that will be the best decision you will make right now. If you delay the decision, it will harm you. Okay, next question coming up on your screen. Hello, Urmila. HC Verma is similar to JEE Mains and BitSat Bacha. NCRT is basic level. You cannot just do NCRT. NCRT say sir CBSE hoga. You cannot clear JEE Mains and advanced. Apart from NCRT, you need. I have conducted a special class on which books to use. Okay, so let's do this question. Particle moves with constant acceleration v1, v2, v3 are the velocities at the end of each successive intervals. Which of the following relations are correct? Come on, my warriors. Focus on the class. Focus on the class. You guys are asking random things. Focus on the class. Focus on the class. Focus and answer the current question out here. Okay. So the logic over here is that the particle moves with constant acceleration. v1, v2, v3 are the velocities, and it starts from rest, let's say. So, at certain time t1, the velocity is v1. Then after certain time t2, okay, the velocity is v2, and after certain time more t3, the velocity is v3. t1 is this much time, t2 is this much time, t3 is this much time. Now I can clearly see what we can do. v1 is u plus, or just think about acceleration's definition. What is acceleration? It's clearly mentioned acceleration is same in all the cases. So acceleration is change in velocity, which is v1 minus initial velocity by t1. Over here, acceleration is v2 minus 0 divided by total time, which is t1 plus t2. Everybody fine till this point? And lastly, here I can say acceleration again can be v3 minus initial divided by the total time, t1 plus t2 plus t3. Now can you not see, guys, over here what are you getting? v1 is at1. Here you are seeing v2 is a into t1 plus t2, and over here v3 is a into t1 plus t2 plus t3. So a is same. v1 is to v2 is to v3 will be how much? t1 is to t2 plus t2 plus t1 plus t2 plus t3. Some of you are saying D initially. That is wrong. No, it is not D. It will be option A, I believe. Yes, it will be option A. Chinmay, the dropper batch has started this Monday, bacha. This Monday. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's get moving to the next question. Excellent. Many of you got it now. Finally. Now, kinematic equations. Everybody remembers this? Let's start doing some questions on kinematic equations. So, whenever you use these equations, keep one thing in mind, that acceleration should be constant. Only then you can use these equations. Always remember, assume a direction either this way or that way to be positive. Automatically you know, unknown variables will come up with correct signs. So you don't really have to worry about, sir, should I put it as plus or minus for unknowns? If something is not known, let's say displacement is not known, just leave it. Automatically it will come up with the correct signs if you follow the correct sign convention. Not just that, this is used when you know time, velocities, and probably you need acceleration, or acceleration is known and you need velocity. This is done when you don't have time in the equations. Okay, so then you use v square is u square plus 2s. And then this one, when you don't want final velocity but you want to talk about displacements and time and acceleration. And this one is displacement in the nth second. This is very important. See, when I say nth second, what does it mean? If I'm traveling, if I say displacement in 7th second, that means when time was 7 and when time was 6. If I take these 2 points, that distance which I traveled is the displacement in the 7th second. Similarly, if I say displacement in 5.4th second, it means see where you were when time was 5.4, rewind the time back by 1 second, so time will be 4.4. So this displacement will be the displacement in the 5.4th second. The formula is u plus 2n minus 1 into a by 2. Very, very important. Yep, very good. Saja, that formula is the same as this formula. What you are saying, u plus v by 2. If I put s is u plus v by 2, okay, then understand, into t, then what happens is if you substitute v is equal to u plus at over here, you will exactly get this equation. So that equation which you are telling and here is the same thing. In fact, I would warn you, don't use that equation because it might lead you to believe that displacement is always the average of final and initial velocities into time. That is wrong to believe that, because it's not always. Remember, s is u plus v by 2 means initial velocity plus final velocity by 2, okay, into t. This is not true always. This is only true when acceleration is constant. Okay, so that's why I do not prefer writing this equation. I hope that is clear. Okay, fine. Let's start solving some questions coming up on your screen right away. Here's the first question. Okay, chalo. Let's do this. Thank you, Ramalal. Okay, come on, my warriors. Concentrate and let me know what is the answer to this question. Let's see how many of you can solve this within a minute. And the timer starts now. Body starts from rest, moves with some acceleration. Ratio of distance covered in the nth second to the distance covered in the n seconds. Two different things. One is nth second, another one is nth second. Be careful, guys. Okay, so what will be the ratio of those distances? Acceleration is constant. Come on, my warriors, figure this out. Sharra, even if you're late, join in and answer the question. Come on, let's see how many of you can get this. Lot of practice questions coming up. Those of you who are joining in late, welcome to Enthuse, which is the English medium channel for all the 11th, 12th aspirants. And if you have not yet subscribed our channel, please hit the subscribe button. And in case you have forgotten to smash the like button, it will take hardly 1 second. Go smash that like button right away. Jaya says A for sure. Interesting. No, Chinmay, you don't have to download the app. If you want to, you can, but you can also watch it on the web browser. But app is more convenient. You can also download the web, or you can just log in through web, application as well. Okay, website. Now, the question says the ratio of the distance covered in the nth second, so s nth, upon the distance covered in the n seconds, matlab displacement in n seconds. The formulas are themselves different. For this, it is u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. That's the formula. For this, it is ut, t is n, plus half a t square. That's the formula. Now, it starts from rest. That means u is obviously 0. So here I will get a by 2 into 2n minus 1 upon this is 0. So again a by 2 into n square. A by 2 cancels. So I'll have 2n minus 1 divided by n square. Now split up, what you're going to get is 2 by n minus 1 by n square, which is obviously option A. Very good, some of you got it. Very good, Ishwara, Kavita. I'm fine, bacha. Yes, Hanil. Very good, Saja. Yep. Welcome, Aarti, bacha. Welcome, Aarti Rai. So this is a revision backlog covering session. Already we have covered quite a few topics. For those of you who are new, this is just a small piece of information on our channel right now. If you go to playlist out here, okay, if you go to playlist, you will see all my previous classes. Just go to JEE Physics over here, you can see that. You will see all the previous classes. So where should you start from? Bridge course. Bridge course is like an introductory course for all the students, it's like a welcome. It's like welcome drinks when you go to a hotel, all right? It's just like warm up. Okay, then you go to units and dimensions, vectors, 1D kinematics, 2D motion, relative motion, Newton's laws. That's where we had stopped last lecture. And each playlist, believe me, it has amazing content. Like you can see all lectures in detail and quizzes and JEE advanced problems separately. So that's something which you should look forward to. Right now we are in 1D motion, we are just revising, and there will be more revision sessions so that you clear your backlogs. All right, come on, let's get going. Why not n minus 1 comes? Kamlesh, it was asked displacement in n seconds. Displacement till 5 seconds. Matlab time is 5 seconds. That's why n minus 1 did not come. But for nth second, when it says n second, you will already use that same formula, nth second formula, u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. I hope that is clear, Kamlesh. Okay, it has already been taken care of. Welcome, Tarun. Next question, we are going to solve it together. Saja, that calculus method I have discussed in my micro course. Those of you who do not know, I also have my regular micro courses derivation course of all the chapters. You can check it out. It's there in my derivation course. Okay, calculus method of approaching kinematics, it's there over there. Okay, so I have talked about it in detail in that kinematics derivation. Okay, so just check it out. If you're a pro user, you will see it very easily. Okay, now a particle moving with uniform acceleration along a straight line covers distance a and b in successive intervals of p and q seconds. The acceleration of that particle is very, very interesting question. Read the question again and again, see what it says. Okay, so a particle moving with a uniform acceleration along a straight line covers distance a. Okay, this is, let's say, a. Let's say the velocity over here was u, and in intervals of p and q seconds. So this distance is a, time is p, and then it will get some velocity here, and the next distance that it covers a distance of b, the distance is b, okay, in a time of q seconds. This time is q seconds. Interesting. What is the acceleration of that particle? Okay, I don't want to use the same symbol. Remember, a is acceleration, but over here they have used it for distance. So let me write acceleration itself as capital A, doesn't matter. Okay, in case it's not seen, this is u, initial velocity, which is not known. Now let's see what and all equations I can use. Time is there, displacement is there, initial velocity I don't know, I need to find acceleration. Should I use v is u plus at? Should I use s is ut plus half at square? Or should I use v square is u square plus 2as? Think about it. Think about it. Which equation should I use? I think final velocity is not known. And time is there, distance is there. Most likely I need s is ut plus half at square. Correct? Thank you, Kavita. And by the way, my name is Shreyas Arti. You can check it out. My name is there in the description box. Now, let's use this for this part. S is A, is equal to ut, u into time. What is time? P plus half into acceleration into time, which is p square. That's what you will get for this part. For the entire part, think about it, for the entire part, what I can say, or maybe just for this part, okay, I don't need that entire part, okay, for that part, I can say B is equal to, there will be some velocity over here, I don't know how much it is, it will be V into time, which is Q, plus half into acceleration into time square. But wait a minute, I know this V, it's not that difficult. V is U plus A, acceleration is A, into time is P. Interesting. So how about putting it over here? So therefore, I'll get B is equal to U plus A P, okay, into Q plus half A Q square. Interesting. Now I somehow want to get rid of some variables. So I see UP here, I see UQ here. I cannot get rid of them unless I have some common terms. So how about multiplying this equation with Q on both sides, and how about multiplying this equation with P on both sides? Reason is because I will have probably similar terms which will be there here and there, and I can cancel both of them when I subtract them. Make sense? Make sense? Clear? See what I'm trying to do. I got the idea by, UPQ. Here also I'll get UQP. Similar terms might be there and things might get cancelled out. Okay, so let's try this out. So what will I have? Okay, over here I will have A, okay, I'll have AQ from here, I'll have BP from here. I'm subtracting both of them, so minus BP, I suppose, is equal to, then from here I will have UPQ plus half A P square Q. Okay, that's what I get from the top, minus, I'm subtracting this, so minus UQP APQP AP square Q AP square Q, and lastly I have A PQ square and half, so minus half A Q square and P. Is that clear? Now see what and all get cancelled. Okay, UPQ and UPQ gets cancelled, half A P square Q and minus P square Q, A times P square Q. So I can subtract these two. So I'll be left with A Q minus BP is equal to, half minus 1 is minus half. So minus half A P square Q minus half A Q square P. Now I know what to do. Take out things common from here. In fact, you can take that minus sign here. The moment you take that minus sign here, it will become BP minus AQ is equal to, half I can take out common, A also I can take out common, PQ and PQ also I can take out common, and what will be left? P plus Q. Make sense? The last step over here, the last step, A will be, okay, this is the last step. I want A, right? Acceleration, the acceleration of the particle. Shift everything over there. Shift everything over there. So I'll have 2 times, 2 goes over there, 2 times BP minus AQ, the whole thing divided by PQ into P plus Q. That's the answer. Is that there somewhere? I think it is D. Yep, that's how it is. Glad you understood it, Zayed. Glad you are loving it, Kavita. Thank you, Aarti. Okay, so that's how you need to solve this question. Will they ask this level of question in NEET? I doubt, but this is mains level question. Mains plus level. Not exactly mains, but mains plus level. Okay, it is not going to be considered as easy question for mains, but it will be considered as a good question for JEE mains for sure. Or it would be easy, very easy question for JEE Advanced. That's how it is. All right, let's get going. Chalo, let's get moving to the next one. Yes, the answer is D. Beautiful question coming up on your screen. Kamaljit, you can do one thing, you can just replay the session even in the live class and you can watch the replay. That way you will get the repeat of that. Okay. Irodov is not enough, nothing is enough for JEE Advanced. Nothing is enough for JEE Advanced. No matter how much you prepare, it is less. Let me tell you that. So in this question, there is a train and it is moving with constant velocity. One wagon detaches and it slows down, it stops. The rest of the train keeps moving with the same speed. The question is the ratio of the distance traveled by the wagon and the rest of the train when the detachment happens till the wagon stops. Okay, let's see what is happening. Initially, the entire train was moving with velocity v. The wagon detaches over here. It detaches over here. Now, once it detaches, it will slow down and eventually it will stop. So, this wagon has moved some distance. I will call it SW. Fair enough? It stops over here. This train, meanwhile, continues to move with the same speed. It's not like this wagon went off, so the speed increases. It's mentioned it moves with constant speed over here clearly. The question is, if meanwhile the train moves a displacement, okay, of st, what is this ratio of SW by ST? Let's figure this out. Okay. Now for the train, since velocity is constant, can I say distance is just velocity into time? Just velocity into time, that's it. Makes sense? If I'm moving with constant speed, my distance traveled is speed into time. Very straightforward. Okay. Similarly, for the wagon, okay, for the wagon, what can I say? Okay, it is stopping, so it is decelerating. So maybe the deceleration, assume the deceleration or retardation, okay, deceleration or retardation is a, just assume it. So final velocity will be initial velocity, which is v, minus a into some time. From this, I am going to get time as v by a. Interesting. So I can use this time over here. I can use this time over here and see what do I get. I will get this as v into v by a. Therefore, it is v square by a. This is the displacement of the train. Okay, I'll keep it aside. What will be the displacement of the wagon? Because I need that as well. The displacement of the wagon will be found out using v square is u square plus 2s. Final velocity 0, initial velocity v, it is retarding, so minus 2a into s of the wagon. Rearrange, you will get 2a_sw is equal to v square. So sw is v square by 2a. But wait a minute, v square by a is st. V square by a is nothing but st from here. You can see that. So just substitute it over there. You will just get st. So next step should give you the answer. So what will you get? SW by st will be 1 by 2, and that's our final answer. 1:2 is the answer. Manthani, you became a Vedantu teacher. What can I do means you have to start teaching, no? Obviously. Okay. So Saja, my micro courses are available for NEET as well as JEE students. It's a common course. Derivations are needed for NEET, JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, everyone, CBSE. So it's a common course, that micro course. Okay. So that's how you get it. What a beautiful question, guys. Okay. Did you love it? Awesome. Great. Chalo. Let's get moving to the next one. Answer is 1:2. Okay. Now, before we go to the next part, which is, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you one thing. You know what? I can do this question in another way also. I can do this question in another way. I'll tell you how. Let me show this. Okay. Let me draw a graph. This is time. This is velocity. And train is moving with constant speed. That means the velocity graph will be straight line. This is for the train. But for the bogie, it starts with that velocity and it slowly decelerates and stops. This is where it stops. The wagon. Okay, the wagon stops. Now, just look for this time till it detaches and stops. This area what does the area under velocity time give you, guys? That area gives you displacement. So this is displacement of the wagon, correct? And if you take the entire area, this one, what will that area give you? That area will give you displacement of the train. Now don't you see the area of the triangle is half of the area of the rectangle. Area of the triangle is half the area of a rectangle. It's obvious. So shouldn't this be half of ST? So 1:2 direct, not even one single equation. Not even one single equation. Isn't it amazing? Clear? Okay. Ishwara Nayagam, just do one thing. Just search on YouTube Shreyas Sir Pro subscription. In that video, I have explained how to exactly search for my micro courses. That's what you need to do. As simple as that. Okay. Chalo. Before we go ahead, let me tell you, once you join Vedantu Pro subscription, this is how you will find all your tests. This is how you will give all your tests in a timed manner. Not just that, the time that you take for every question is also noted down by the software. Okay. And you can also come back to the previous question. You will get the exact feeling of how you write the examination in JEE mains or any online test, because these days all examinations are online, if you know that. You have to visit a computer center. So this time which is captured gives you an analysis, a report card of how much time you spend in questions, how much time is gone wasted in getting negative marks, what's your accuracy, strike rates, and all those other important metrics to improve your performance. The same thing is there for the assignments. You get assignments 2 times. Once after the session, every class you get assignment, and once the chapter is over, and additional problems via Tattva, the hard copy booklet. And these assignments you can give it again and again for practice. You can say clear data, everything will go off, and again you can compare. Oh, last time I did this many correct, this time I'm doing these many correct. You can check your improvement. So that's what you get in the Vedantu assignments. So if you are interested, please go ahead and check it out. Next, coming up on your screen, vertical motion and the projectile motion that we have to talk about in 1D. So whenever you drop a ball from some height, okay, when you drop it, then by the time it comes down by some height h, the velocity is given by root of 2gh. Okay, the velocity which it gains after dropping down by some height, and the time it takes to go from here to here is root of 2h by g. You need to remember this equation. You cannot ignore these formulas. So when you drop something, speed is root 2gh, drop means velocity is 0 over here, and time is root of 2h by g. Next type of formulas which you should remember is when you throw something up. When you throw something up, okay, then it decelerates, stops, it stops, and again accelerates. The whole time, the total time that it takes to go up and come down is given by time of flight formula, which is 2u by g. Yep. Range is 2D projectile, bacha. Siva, be careful. It's 2D. This is not 2D. This is 1D. And the maximum height that it goes, that formula is u square by 2g. Standard formulas which you should know. Remember one more thing. The time it takes to go up and the time it takes to go down, both are equal. So that's why it is 2u by g, which is time to go up and time to go down, which is u by g and u by g each. Keep this in mind. That's why I'm saying the motion is symmetric and the velocity at the topmost point is 0. Keep this in mind. All right. Let's get moving in the next, the next question coming up on your screen. So GTA Rani, every time there is a new batch starting. So right now there is a batch starting this Monday. So when you join that new batch, the portions will start right from the beginning. But the sooner you join, the comfortable it will, you will have more comfort in completing the portion, because you will be completing the entire portion in a longer duration. But if you join late, you will be completing the portion in a shorter duration. So it's better to start the classes fast, because your 12th standard is just few months away. Let me tell you that. Saja, you can ask doubts on the Doubt app. So there is a Doubt app facility. When you download Vedantu app, there is a feature called Ask Doubts. You can ask as many doubts as you want, unlimited, okay, right from morning till night, without doubt experts, if you are a part of Pro subscription. Obviously, we'll do projectile next lecture or next to next, okay. So there is this body which is released from the top of a building. It will clear a window of height 2 meters, which is at a distance of 10 meters below from the top in nearly how much time? Okay, so it is clearly mentioned that this is nothing but 2 meters, and this is, you know, this one is 10 meters, okay. So naturally this whole thing, obviously 10 plus 2, which will be 12 meters. The question is, how much time will it clear this window? So they are asking how much time it will take to pass this much part. Now let's say it takes t1 time to go from here till here, and let's say it takes t2 time to go from here till here, okay. So it takes t2 time to go from here till here. Naturally the time it takes to cover this much will be t2 minus t1. Makes sense? The time from here to here minus the time from here to here will give me this much time. So let's find that out. Let's find that out. That time interval obviously is going to be nothing but t2 minus t1. Now what is t1 and t2 going to be? I just gave you a formula. When you drop something, the time to reach down by some height is root of 2h by g. So use that. So this will be root of 2 times height, which is 12, by g. What is g? It is 10, minus t1, the time taken to for an object to fall by some height when dropped. Again, root of 2h by g. It's dropped from here. Do not forget that. It's clearly mentioned. It is dropped, released. Okay, so that time will be root of 2 height into 2 times h by g. 10 goes. So this will be just root 2, and over here what am I left with? This will cancel like this, okay, and I have 12 by 5. So I can write it as 2 into 6 by 5. So root 2 I can take it as common. So it will become root 2 into root 6 by 5 minus 1. Now root 6 by 5 is clearly mentioned. Now, and root 2 is also known to me. It is 1.414, okay, into root 6 by 5 is 1.09 minus 1, which is 1.41 into 0.09. Yes, thank you. Cool. Chalo, let's get moving to the next question coming up on your screen. Yep. Yes, Saja, you told. Yes. Okay. Now, next question coming up on your screen. A body falls freely from rest. It covers as much distance in the last second of its motion as it covered in the first 3 seconds. How much? Okay, the body has fallen for how much time? Thank you, Revan Bacha. We all love you, Bacha. Okay, come on. Let's do this. Let's do this question. A body falls freely from the top, from rest. It covers as much distance in the last second of its motion. It covers as much distance in the last second. Let's say total time is equal to t. Now the last second means s teeth second. Teeth second is the last second. I hope this is clear. As it covers in the first 3 seconds, first 3 seconds means displacement in 3 seconds. These two are equal. That's how you interpret. That's type of interpretation is something which you need to do. So break it into parts and I visualize, okay, distance in the last second. Last second means nth second, teeth second. Assume t seconds, okay. And displacement in 3 seconds is this statement. So these two are equal, all right. Now what you need to do is just equate them. Let's see what do we get. Displacement in teeth second. each second, which formula do I need to use? U plus acceleration by 2 into 2n minus 1. This is the formula. And displacement till 3 seconds, ut plus half at square. U into t plus half into a into t square. Okay, 0, 0 goes. And also you can see G, 2, 2. These things have gone off. So I'm just left with 2t minus 1 over here, and I'm just left with 9 over here, I guess. Okay, so 2t will be 10, t will be 5 seconds. Where is 5 seconds? Yes, it is option B. Everybody got it? Excellent. That's how you need to do it. Very good, my warriors. Perfecto, perfecto. Very good. Chalo, let's get moving to the next question. And the next type of questions are, on the body which is thrown vertically up with some velocity u, it reaches maximum height in 6 seconds. The ratio of the distance traveled by the body in the first second and the 7th second is. Very interesting question, guys. Yes, Zayed, your messages are visible. Yep, it is. Okay. Yes, come on. Yeah, you need point calculations in the last to last questions sometimes, depending on the option. Just check the options, Zaira. If the options are in roots, leave it in roots. But if the options themselves are in decimals, then you need those point calculations or decimal calculations. Okay, come on, my warriors, let's see if you can do this question. The question says, the body which is thrown vertically up with some initial velocity reaches maximum height in 6 seconds. So the time taken to go up is 6. What is the time taken to go up? U by g, correct? Therefore, initial velocity is 6g, which is 60 seconds. Okay, that's something which I got. Now, ratio of the distance traveled by the body in the first second and the 7th second. Okay, ratio of the distance traveled by the body. Oh, wait a minute. First second I can easily find out. S1 is ut. 60 into 1 minus. Why minus? Because velocity is upwards and acceleration g is downwards. That's why this minus sign. Into t square. Okay, so this will be 60 minus g is 10. 10 by 2 is 5. So this will be 55 meters. Now, for the 7th second, you can use the 7th second formula, or you can play a small magical trick. It's clearly mentioned that, it reaches maximum height in 6 seconds. At t is equal to 6, it is here. So t is equal to 7, it will be here. So this much height, it is traveling in an interval of 1 second, starting with rest. So can't I find this displacement, guys? So that displacement in 7th second will be ut plus half into acceleration into time interval will be 1. So how much will it be? 10 by 2, which is 5 meters. Now the question says find the ratio. Find the ratio. That means S1 by S7. So that will be 55 divided by 5, which is 11:1. That's the answer. Very good, Zayed. Excellent. U is 30 because T is 2U by G. Wrong, Muhammad. Remember, it is clearly mentioned. It is given that the time taken to go up, maximum height is 6. So do not use 2U by G. It is only time taken to go up. Total time to go up and come down is 2U by G. Be careful. You made a small mistake over there. Definitely, Revan, you will ace KVPY bacha. All my best wishes are with you guys. Don't worry. Okay. Yep. 11:1 is the answer. Next question coming up on your screen. This is also a very tricky question. Very good. Saja says done and dusted. Mohammed also cleared. Very good, Sinchana. Let's get moving to the next one. From an elevated platform at A, okay, let's draw this. A stone is projected upwards. Okay, so this is some platform. This is A. You are throwing some stone upwards. Okay, and when the stone reaches a distance h below A, its velocity is double of what it was at a height above A. Okay, so when it goes up, okay, so think of it this way. When it goes up by certain height, let's say the velocity is u, it will go up further, okay, and then it will again come down and it will go down like this, and somewhere over here the velocity is 2u, and it is mentioned in the question that this is some h, this is also that same h. This is what is given in the question. When the stone reaches a certain distance h below point A, the speed is double of, is double of what it was at a height h above A. That's what it is. I hope this is clear. Now, if this much is understood, what you need to do is read the question. What is asked? The greatest height achieved by the stone. So let's assume this much is nothing but x. Assume it as x. What we need to find out is this height. The question says how much is this? So basically h plus x. That's what we need to figure out. Okay, let's start with few things. What can I do? Think about it. What can I do? Think which equations will I need? Which equations will help me? U is not known. Interesting. Okay. Can I find U somehow? Yes. Okay. For this much part, okay, for this much part, what I can say, final velocity square is initial velocity square minus 2gx. U is up, g is down. For this much part, look at that, for that x part. From this, I am going to get u square is equal to 2gx. Correcto? Yep, the third equation. Very good. Many of you are saying, sir, we need third equation. Yes, this is advanced type of question, bacha. Yep, this is advanced type. So next thing, for this much part, the velocity is 2u starting from rest for this entire part. How about using another time the same equation, v square is u square plus 2s, but v is 2u whole square, initial velocity 0 plus 2 into g into the total distance. The total distance. How much is the total distance? 2h plus x. Can I do that? Can I do that? So it is 2h plus x. Look at that. h plus x. So 2h plus x. Interesting. So I'll get 4u square is equal to 2 2s are 4. So 4gh plus this will be 2gx. This will be 2gx. Okay. Now let's substitute. Let's substitute from here u square. We are going to get, okay, this final velocity square will be nothing but 4u square, correct? Because this was 2u's whole square. Okay. Now when I substitute u square from here, I'll get 4u square, which is 2gx, is equal to 4gh plus 2gx. Okay. So now let's see what and all gets cancelled. 2 here, 2 and here 2, g and g. Okay. So I'm left with 2 2s are 4x is equal to 2h plus just x. So take it over here. So 3x will be 2h. Therefore, x is 2h divided by 3. X is 2h divided by 3. But I wanted this. So how do I get this question mark over here? That is just x plus h. So it is 2h by 3 plus h. That means it should be 5h divided by 3. That's my final answer. Yep. Is that clear? Is that clear? D option? Yep, it is. It is D option, guys. Yep, it is. Very good. Excellent. What a lovely question, guys. So many concepts were there. Are you guys now feeling more confident about kinematics and projectile? Last set of questions coming up on your screen. Very good. So Raven, you can ping me on Instagram. All right, cool. Chalo. Now, position time graph. Everybody knows when you have position versus time graph, and if you draw a tangent, then the angle which it makes, okay, the slope is nothing but tan of theta. where theta is the angle which the tangent makes with the horizontal line, which is also written as dx, opposite side by adjacent side, which is dt. So dx by dt. So that's how you can write it as dx by dt, opposite by adjacent side. This is nothing but an enlarged triangle over here at this point. A small, this is nothing but like a small triangle which has been enlarged, just for your clarity, where the base is a small interval and the height is the small displacement. That's what it is. Slope of position time gives you velocity. Keep this in mind. But slope of velocity time gives you acceleration. Very interesting. Again, if you have velocity versus time, always pay attention to whom versus whom graph this is. The slope of that tangent which is drawn to velocity time gives you acceleration. And very interesting, if you have an area which is marked under velocity time, that gives you displacement. That gives you displacement. Keep this in mind. Okay. So area under position time, it does not give you anything. It does not give you anything. But remember one thing, the area under velocity time gives you displacement. So when I talk about slope, slope always means the steepness, how steep it is. So when I have a graph, if the straight line is like this and another straight line is like this has more slope, this has less slope. The way slope has been defined is, you draw horizontal, take the angle, the tan of theta is always called as the slope. Slope is also another word for rate of change of anything. Now don't you remember the definition of acceleration? Acceleration was rate of change of velocity. So if acceleration is rate of change of velocity, that means acceleration is the slope of velocity time. That's how it comes. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear. Yes. Same way in the previous one, velocity was rate of change of position. That means velocity is nothing but the slope of position versus time graph. Okay. Now this theory of area under velocity time gives you displacement, you have already seen in 10th standard, but a quick revision, you should know this. And last thing, area under acceleration time graph, this area gives you change in velocity. Keep this in mind. What does it give you? Change in velocity. A lot of people don't remember, sir, what area gives me what? See, I'll tell you by units, it's very simple. What's the area, unit of acceleration? It is meter per second square. What's the unit of time? It's second. Just multiply both of them, meter per second square into seconds. What will you get? Meter per second. What is this? Velocity. So just multiply the units. So when you multiply the units, you will automatically get the units of whatever that area represents. So if this was velocity time, when you multiply the units, meters per second and second, you will just get meters. So that's displacement. That's how it is, guys. I hope this is very, very clear. Okay, chalo. Let's get moving to some questions. By the way, we will talk about derivatives and integration again in a separate class, where we are going to revise and clear your backlogs on derivatives and integration in a separate one-shot class. But remember, this is a simple chart which will make you travel from any quantity to any other quantity using derivatives. Like velocity is derivative or rate of change of position. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. And if you want to go back from acceleration to velocity, you integrate it. And if you want to go back from velocity to position, you again integrate or find the area. So a lot of you might have heard, or if you do not know, let me tell you, derivatives is very similar or synonymous with slopes or rate of change. And integration is very synonymous with area under curve. So areas are nothing but integrals, slopes are nothing but derivatives. We are going to go and talk about this in one of the next class as well. Okay, let's quickly do some graphical based questions, guys, coming up on your screen now. Come on, my warriors. Let's see. Okay, here's the first question coming up on your screen. Among the 4 graphs, there is only one graph for which the average velocity over the time interval can vanish for a suitably chosen time interval. Which graph will give you 0? Okay, which will give you for which average velocity will be 0, because vanish means 0. Come on, think about it. Alright, hi Adam, welcome aboard. Yes, there are a lot of my classes for 11th standard. It's already mentioned in my video. You can just search on YouTube, Pro classes of Shreyas sir. In that video, I have shown all my pro classes for 11th standard. Okay, cool. Come on, my warriors. Let's see. C or A? Well, the correct answer is B. Neither C nor A or D. Okay, I'll tell you why. It's clearly mentioned vanish. That means the average velocity should be 0. That means displacement should be 0. In which graphs is the displacement 0? Check all these graphs. You can clearly see in this graph, initial is never equal to final. You can see that. Here in this graph also, initial is never equal to final. In this graph also, initial is never equal to final. Because if displacement is 0, initial and final positions will be same. In this graph it is. Check these 2 points. This position and this position is same. So initial is equal to final. Displacement is 0. Velocity is 0. As simple as that. Got it? Yeah. It was very, very straightforward. Cool. Let's get moving to the next question coming up on your screen now. So this is a circular graph, semicircular. Okay. So the height is Vm, maximum velocity. The time is T0. Okay. That's what it is. Is the average velocity pi Vm by 4 for this graph? And is this motion possible? One of the options is correct. Let's see. Raven, I will do one shot on work power energy and SHM after a long time, because you know in my nurture series I have just reached Newton's laws. SHM and work power energy will come little bit later on. Okay, so you'll have to wait for that. In fact, work power energy I will do it as a proper lecture after friction. You're going to see a proper lecture on work power energy and then circular motion and all of that. Cool. Let's see how many of you can get this. Many of you are saying B. Interestingo. Malakshmi saying A. This is a semicircle. Keep that in mind. Okay. So, average velocity, right? What is the meaning of average velocity? Again, average velocity is displacement by time. Okay. Now, what is the displacement? Displacement is nothing but the area of the graph. Okay. So, it is nothing but area upon the time. What is the time? It's T0. Okay. What is the area of that graph? That area can be found out easily. Okay. So, it's pi r square, okay, by 2. What is the radius? Radius is V0. Check this out. For this circle, the radius itself is Vm or whatever that is given. So pi Vm square by 2. And T0. I can write T0 because, see, this is the radius. The radius is Vm, which is also T0. The whole thing is T0, which is also T0 by 2. So what is T0? T0, strictly speaking, it is nothing but 2 Vm. So I can just put 2 Vm over here. Okay, now see what happens. You will see a lot of things get cancelled and you will see pi Vm by 4. Yes, it is correct. Option 1 is correct. The first statement is correct. Everybody getting it? Last statement. Such motion cannot be realized in practical terms. That means it is not realistic. This is also true. Reason is because this is circular. If you draw a tangent here, okay, if this is the tangent, think about it, what will happen? The slope will be infinity. If the slope is infinity, that means acceleration is infinity. Acceleration infinite is not possible. That's it. Hence it is not possible. I hope this is clear. Priyanshi, this is a 11th standard backlog session. but even if you are 12th standard student, you should attend it, because obviously it will clear your concepts of 11th standard. Anyways, you are going to need it. Yes, so both 1 and 2 are correct. That's the answer for this question. Next question coming up on your screen. In this graph, what is the distance traveled by the body in the 5 seconds? Okay. Yes, Dakshin, even the reduced syllabus of NCERT will come in JEE. JEE syllabus is not reduced, only NCERT syllabus for boards is reduced. JEE syllabus is intact, it's not reduced at all. Yep, let's get going. Can you get previous year one shots done by you? Yes, Raven, you can definitely get it. The previous one shots which I have done previously, it will be there in the playlist. Just you can see all the playlists arranged by the chapter names. You can see that it's probably by Flash series. You can check it out. Okay, A and B, some of you are confused. Read the question carefully. The question says the distance traveled, that means I need to find the area. So what is this area? Half, okay, just this area. Half into base into height, which is 20, which is nothing but 20 itself. Then how much is this area? That area will be base into height, which is nothing but 40. Correct? Actually, why to take only this much? I can take this entire thing, this entire rectangle. So if I take this entire rectangle, then I'll get 3 into 20, which is 60. Correct? Then what you do? Take this small triangle over here. What is that area? Half into base, okay, into height, which is 20. That means it is 10. Last area over here. Okay, what is it? Half into base into height, which is 40, which is 20. Now, should I make this area negative or should I keep it positive? Should I make this area positive or negative? A lot of people might be thinking negative, but no guys, read the question. The question says distance traveled. So you do not take the negative. If it was displacement, then you take negative. Hence, for distance, it will just be simple addition. 20 plus 10 plus 60 plus 20. Just check this out. 40 plus 60, 100, 110. 110 meters. Where is it? Yep, option D. If it was displacement, instead, if it was displacement, then this will be minus. Be careful. Clear? Okay, great. Let's get moving to the next question coming up on your screen. Most beautiful question of today. There is velocity versus displacement graph. Now, these kind of graphs are sometimes unheard of. Sometimes you must have usually seen velocity time, acceleration time, but velocity versus distance, that's crazy. And that's the graph. And the question says acceleration at that displacement. Now, usually whenever you have velocity, distance, and you have to find acceleration, most likely get rid of time somehow, and most likely you will make use of derivatives. I'll give you a simple way of doing this. Look at it. Acceleration is dv by dt, correct? Using chain rule, or basically multiplying and dividing by dx. It's one and the same thing. I'm still maintaining the equality. Now think about it. This will be dv by dx. Dx by dt, rate of change of position. What is that? That's just velocity. Now things will be simple. I'll tell you how. What is dv by dx? This quantity is slope of velocity versus x graph. Velocity versus displacement. Interesting. And this is velocity itself. Now quickly analyze this. What will be the slope of this graph? What will be the slope? It will be negative because it is going down. It's not going up. So what's the change? The change is minus 20. In how much distance? In 30 units. It's always y by x. Y is negative, x is positive. Okay, height by base. But the height is negative because you're going down. So this is going to be minus 2 by 3. Making sense? Yep. So this is minus 2 by 3. Last thing, velocity. The question is, what is the acceleration when displacement is 15? Oh, this is 30 meters. So where is 15 meters? 15 meters is here. At 15 meters, if I draw a line like this, if I go here, what will be the velocity over here? This is 20. Obviously, this will be 10 meters per second. Everybody agrees to that? Exact midpoint, if I go, okay, I'll get it as 10. So how about putting the velocity as 10? So how much will the answer be? It will be minus 20 by 3 meter per second square. Where is it? It's option D, guys. That's the answer. Done. Is it clear? Is it clear? Understood? What a beautiful question. Made use of derivatives, chain rule in graphs. Doesn't matter, Sai Punish, whether it is previous years, not previous years. Just solve the question. Just enjoy the question. If you enjoy the question, that's how you will, learn more things. So, if you guys have enjoyed today's session and you want Vedantu to care for you, and Vedantu genuinely cares, the reason is VIP, where we give you the promise, which is Vedantu Improvement Promise, that if you do not improve, then we return back your fees when you join Vedantu Pro. And these results should probably give you the confidence for you guys, those who are skeptical about joining Vedantu. Look at these numbers. More than 99 percentile students. There are almost 700 students above that percentile just in this last JEE mains. And these numbers are consistently improving, and almost 4 out of 5 Vedantu students has already qualified for JEE Advanced. You can find my micro courses for 11th as well as 12th, as well as others micro courses, plus option to learn in English as well as Hindi. Not just that, teachers like me, of course, you will get the entire content will be revised again and again with assignments, tests, booklets, you name it, you have it, guys. And all of this comes with live teaching. These are not just recorded classes. You will also get the recordings in case you miss the classes, and all this at an affordable price of 2,700 rupees for 1 month. And this is a 2-year course plan. So 2-year course is barely some 50-60,000 rupees. You compare it with normal classes, it's 3 to 4 lakh rupees, believe me. So don't waste your money out there. Try it for 1 month. Use my coupon code SHHPRO. You'll get 10% off. And these 3 versions are basically whether you want the doubt solving facility in the classic version and whether you want personal mentorship. Usually students go for this because they want the doubt solving ability in the mobile app, and the batches are starting this Monday, so do not delay your decision. All right, that's it from my side. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you again tomorrow and Monday. This was Shreyas here, your Capto, and I was going live from Bangalore. Thank you guys very much. Good night. Hasta la vista.